Welcome to the largest project in this course so far. In the next two videos, we'll build an advanced CRM tool that allows you to track leads, create proposals, and to manage your clients in one easy-to-use dashboard. So let's take a look at what we're actually going to be building. This is the finished project. And here you see that we have lots and lots of different views and lots of different properties. So let me quickly show you what we can do with this. So here you can add different projects for different leads. So let's say you have a lead that wants to do a website redesign. So you can add in the project name. You can have a contact person at that company. You can add the company name. You can have different statuses, priorities, and so on. Add an estimated value for the project, so how much revenue you will get from the project. You can also assign a person that's responsible for handling this lead. So this again makes more sense if you have multiple people in your workspace, but this is something you'll learn about later in the course as well. So something you might also want to do. And you can have contact information for the client here as well. And then we have all of this as well. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on the properties here. I'm just going to show you what we can do with this actually. So the next view basically gives us an overview of the different projects or the different leads we have and at what stage of the process we're in. So they can be a regular lead, then they get to the stage where we send them a proposal, and then we might be in a negotiation phase. And if that's over, it can either be a closed sale or a lost sale, or a closed lead or a lost. Next, we have a view that shows you which clients you have to reach out to. And we do that by using Notion formulas and filters. So stay tuned for how you can actually implement this. Next, we also have a board that shows us the clients or the leads by the person that's responsible for them. So again, it gives you a nice way to access these different projects and to see who is doing how much work, how things are going with the different salespeople you have, for example, and so on. And lastly, another really nice feature that we have built in through Notion formulas is the ability to basically add up the different revenues that you have in different months and therefore see how much revenue you're going to be making in that month based on your leads. So basically like a revenue prediction dashboard. And we'll build all of this in the next two videos. All right, so to get started, we'll go to the CRM on our homepage and we'll create a new database. Again, we want this to be a completely new database. So let's click on new database here and call this CRM, add an icon, and then maybe let's go with a money icon again, something like this. Perfect. Now here we add all the properties that we need. The name is actually going to be the project name. So this is basically the title of the project you're going to do or you want to be doing. And the reason I'm putting this there is because I want you to be able to track multiple potential projects for every client. So you could have multiple clients, but basically have them as multiple leads with multiple projects inside of your CRM. So this is the project name. Next, we might want to add the company name. So for now, this is just going to be a text property. What you can do if you want to is you could actually turn this into a different database where you have all the companies that are your clients basically. And then you can create a relation to connect them together. That's beyond the scope of this course, but that's something you could do potentially if you want to. Now we'll also add like a contact person at the company. So this is the person we're talking to facilitate this deal. And we'll add some contact information like email. So in this case, we'll use the email property. We'll also add a phone number, so we can contact our lead through a phone number like that. Now we'll turn these tags into something else. So instead of calling it tags, we'll actually call it status. So this will tell us which status this particular client or this particular lead has. And it's going to be a select because we only want everything to have one status. So this might be lead. We would also want to have proposal, sent. Then we might want to have a negotiation, like that. we might want to have closed, and we might want to have lost. And now we can actually recolor them because again, the colors don't really make that much sense. So closed should be green, lost should be red, negotiation can be, maybe blue, proposal sent can be purple, for example, like that. Yeah. So now we have these different statuses in here. Now we'll also add a responsible person, like an owner of this client. So this would be the person on our team that actually handles this client, this lead. So we'll put that in there. And with that, we're actually done for now. I'll add in some demo data again so that we can work with some real data and it doesn't look like this dull, empty database. So you can do that as well. And then we can start working on the next features. Again, you will find the CRM, the finished version of this, in the description down below. All right, so I'm finished adding in the data. Now let's actually create a new view. And this is going to be the board view, which is where we'll have the statuses. So we'll see which status of the process the people are in. So let's call this status board. And now we'll have to do some adjustments here. So closed should be at the end, lost should be even further at the end, but the other ones are actually in order. So what I like to do in these cases is I actually like to hide these columns. So do it like that, click on hide and hide this one as well. And also hide the no status column. And now they will be showing up like this. And that way we can drag them in there like that if we want to move somebody from proposal sent to the lost category or the closed category, but they will not fill up the entire column here. And that's a problem if you have like thousands of clients over the time, and then this will just become a massive mess over here. So I'd rather keep it like that, and then you can drag it in there and see, if you click on this, you'll see which ones are in there. So let's say I'm closing the social media campaign. You see how the number changes, and now you see that it's in here, and I can also drag it back into any of the other columns. Now we'll also add the owner board. So this is where we actually see the different leads by who's responsible for them. And this is also going to be a board view. And in this case, we have to change up how we actually, not how we filter, but how we group this, because we want to group it not by the status, but by the owner. And in this case, since I've only added myself as an owner so far, we'll only have one column. You can actually hide this one as well. But later you could also add other people to your Notion workspace. For example, in here, I could just share this with someone. So maybe I want to share this with test@Janosch's workspace.com, invite. And now this person is invited, and I can actually set him or her, even if it's not a real person, as the owner for any of these. So now if I change this back to this test email address and go over to the owner view again, you'll see how we now have these two columns for the two people basically that manage these different leads. And that's it for this video. In the next video, we'll build some more features into this database, and we'll worry about all the more advanced stuff that you saw in the introduction to this video.